What up, guys? Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing a mock draft for the 2019 NBA Draft. And with the first overall pick, the New Orleans Pelicans will select Zion Williamson from Duke University. Obviously, he's, as most people think, is the best prospect in this draft. He has great upside, great athleticism, great defense. One thing he needs to work on is his shooting, because in college he only had like 30%, and in the NBA the three-point line is farther. But I think the Pelicans need him. It's a good fit for him. He can replace Anthony Davis there. And now they have Lonzo, Ingram, Holiday, Zion, and if they resign Julius Randle, which I think is great for them. And with the second overall pick, the Memphis Grizzlies, sorry about that, have gotten rid of Mike Conley. So they need someone to fill that point guard spot, and that's going to be Ja Morant coming out of Murray State. I personally don't think he's that good of a prospect. I think he's going to be a bust. That's my personal opinion. But you never know. It's just my opinion. He could become the best point guard ever, and I could be stupid. But I think he's not the best prospect. But he has great athleticism. Shooting is decent. He can pass the ball well. He can score well. I think he's a great prospect. And third overall pick, New York Knicks have that selection. And there's been rumors that the New York Knicks might select Darius Garland. They had a last second workout with him. But I think they're going to stick with the go-to prospect, the one you know is going to be good, is RJ Barrett. I think they're going to take him the third overall pick. He can space the floor a little bit. He needs to work on his shooting like Zion, but he's better than Zion at shooting. He can score by himself. He doesn't need someone else to pass the ball for him. He can score for himself. He can pass well. He can rebound well. He's pretty much an all-around prospect in my opinion. Now with the fourth overall pick, the New Orleans Pelicans have this. I could see them trading it away. Maybe like the fourth overall pick, Drew Holiday, and some other picks for Bradley Beal. I think that would be a great addition for them. But I don't think it's going to happen. Actually, I think they might happen. But for this video, we're not going to do that. I think they're probably going to take either, not Garland, either DeAndre Hunter or Jarrett Culver. I don't think DeAndre Hunter is that good of a prospect either. I think the draft is, the top three are good, the rest are not. But I think they're going to take Jarrett Culver at the fourth overall pick. I think he could be great off the bench, or maybe even if they want to go small and they put Zion at the 5, they could do that. But I think Jarrett Culver is perfect for them. And at 5, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers have the 5th overall pick. I would take DeAndre Hunter. He's probably the best prospect, or safest prospect at that point. They don't need a point guard, so there's no point in taking Garland. They already have Colin Sexton. I forgot about him. And I think DeAndre Hunter is going to be a great addition for the team. Now, for the 6th overall pick, the Phoenix Suns have that pick. They need a point guard. They haven't had a point guard since Bledsoe. I think that's actually decent. And I think Garland would be a perfect fit for them. And I think Phoenix would be so happy with Garland because he dropped all the way to 6. And I think it would be a great addition to help Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and maybe even Kelly Oubre Jr. if they keep him. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting someone, and I'm sorry if I do. And the 7th overall pick, I am pretty sure that the Washington Wizards... No, the Bulls have that pick. My bad. The Bulls have that pick. And I could see them taking Kobe White. They think, and I think that Chris Dunn is definitely not the point guard of the future. Maybe he could be a good bench point guard. But I think they gotta get someone new. I think Kobe White can be that new point guard. I don't think he's going to be the best point guard ever, but I think he has better upside and can be better than Chris Dunn. I think he's not the best passer in the world, but if he gets a good passing game going, it's going to be a good young core with Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Chris, Otto Porter. I don't think he's that good, but I think he could help them out. Lauri Markkanen and Wendell Carter Jr., which I also don't think is that good, but it'll work. And at the 8th overall pick, the Atlanta Hawks have them, and I think this would be a perfect chance to take Cameron Reddish, who I think is going to be the biggest steal of this draft if he drops to 8. To me, Cameron Reddish is probably the 3rd best player behind RJ Barrett. In my opinion, I think he didn't get as much touches, as much good looks as he wanted at Duke University because he was behind Zion and RJ, which is, obvious, and they should have got more touches because they're better. But I think it's going to be the steal of the draft, and I think if Atlanta gets Cam Reddish, they're going to be fantastic. They're going to be set. And later on in the draft, they have 10. And I have someone else, but that we'll get later on. We'll get to that. Woo, English. We'll get to that later on. And with the 9th overall pick, the Washington Wizards, I don't know if they're going to keep Dwight Howard along, but if I were them, I would either take Bol Bol, Jackson Hayes, or Sekou Doumbia, which I think they're going to take Sekou Doumbia. That's how I pronounce it, at least. from Spain, I think, maybe. And I think he has great upside, and I think they could risk taking him because they're not that good. They're not in rebuild mode, so I don't think they should take like someone who's going to be good or something who's like decent. I think they could take a risk, and once they get rid of maybe Bradley Beal and John Wall, that's when they go full on rebuild mode. But I don't think they're there yet. So I think take Sekou Doumbia at your 9th overall selection, and at the 10th overall selection, the Atlanta Hawks have that once again, and I see them taking, excuse me, Bol, Jackson Hayes, and I think here is when they could take a risk because they have Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, they have Taurean Prince, John Collins. They need that center spot. I take Bol there. He is 7'3" with point guard skill set. He can shoot the ball well. He can spread it well. Injuries might be a problem for him, but I think that's why you take the risk as Atlanta. Take the risk. Take Bol. I think it would be a great addition for Trae Young to have with, maybe oops and stuff like that. I don't know. That still would be the end for my mock draft there. But one team my favorite team, Miami Heat, have the 13th overall pick. I think they probably take Kevin Porter Jr. or Nasir Little, which I don't know how I feel about that. But they'd have the 13th pick, and the draft to me isn't that good, that deep. Well, let's think of some trade scenarios. So I could see maybe the Pelicans maybe trading up, maybe using their 4th overall pick, some future first, and maybe some bench players, and going for 2nd overall pick, 3rd overall pick, and taking RJ Barrett and pairing Zion and RJ. And if they do that, they're going to be set because they're going to be stacked. Honestly, they're going to be so stacked. But if they don't do that, I could see them again taking Jarrett Culver. Another trade opportunity, I see Atlanta possibly trading up. They have 8, 10, and 17. Maybe trade 8 and 17 for like 4 or 3, or 8 and 10 for 3 or 4. They can trade up like that. That's even great. Phoenix Suns could trade up also if someone takes Garland earlier in the draft, or if they feel that Garland's their guy. If they feel Garland's their guy, they gotta go out and get him, trade up and get him. Same with the Bulls. If they think Garland's their guy, trade up and get him, which I don't think would be bad for them, honestly. And maybe the Cavaliers with the 5th overall pick could trade up and maybe take a RJ Barrett, because I think pairing Colin Sexton and RJ Barrett would be great. RJ Barrett's more of a better passer than Colin Sexton, but I think it would be great pairing for them. So I think that is my NBA 2019 mock draft. Thank you guys for watching the video. See you in the next video.